Have you ever awakened feeling a heaviness in your body, slightly depressed, just not your best self, kind of cloudy thinking, emotionally kind of blah? Well, that was me yesterday morning. And as I lay in bed around sunrise, I decided that I really didn't decide. My body got up and decided that it would be best to go for a walk. And I went to one of my favorite places along the Bayside to go for a walk, and I thought that the moving activity would really help me, and it didn't. So I started practicing gratefulness. I was looking around at the beauty around me, and I still wasn't really feeling, I knew I was grateful in my mind, but I wasn't feeling it in my body. And I didn't have my earbuds with me, so often when I walk, I'll listen to an inspirational talk or my favorite music, and I didn't have my earbuds, so I couldn't practice either one of those things to help me get out of the funk either. So I'm walking in this beautiful place, and I'm still feeling, my mind was just worried, it was fearful, it was kind of just not focused. I was just really struggling in the discomfort of the blah and heaviness that I was just experiencing. And then I remembered that I was also practicing a chant at home, that I've been practicing the Hanuman Chalisa every day for almost 6 months. And it's really hard. It's in Hindi. It's for me, a very slow process to learn this, but I'm really loving the process. So I decided I would chant this in my head while I walked. And so I started doing that, and there was one part where I keep getting tripped up with the words, and so I would come back to it, and just as I was walking in this beautiful place, I would come back to these words, and then I got it, and I kind of went into this other zone of, I kind of forgot that I was walking or anything. I was just engrossed in the moment in working on that chant, and I realized that my walk was over, and I felt uplifted, and I felt a whole lot better than I had when I had started, when I had awakened just a short time before. And as I was driving and leaving this beautiful space, I realized that I had gone through 4 strategies before I had come to the 5th one, which for me in that moment, the chanting, was the one that really helped me in that moment. And I did have a natural sense of gratitude arising that I had all of these choices to pull on to practice. And if one doesn't work in a given moment, I can try something else. And having that toolkit, or having those strategies to practice, really lifted me, and it reminded me of how important it is to cultivate that toolbox, that list of strategies that we have. What may work at one moment may not work at another one, or in a given day some strategy may work and another one doesn't. So playing with them has been a beautiful experience, and I invite you to play around with strategies that may work for you. So if one doesn't work, try something else. And it's so important to acknowledge the challenging feelings in our thoughts and in our minds and in our hearts, and to acknowledge them, not to run away, not to ignore them, but to acknowledge them, and to also know that we can be uplifted in various ways. And I invite you to practice and to play with the many strategies that we have available. Wishing you greater moments of joy always. Bye for now.